because I forgot. All right, Chili, that's a very good point. So if somebody is very smart and they understand all the work, they're going to stop the other children in the class from learning. All right, team 2, what do you think? Remember, this is about skipping the grade. So do you think it's fair that they move to the next grade just because they're clever? Yes, Alice.
Well, I think that super smart students shouldn't be allowed to skip one grade plus rebutting, because, well, yeah, you are right, Chili, they can stop others from learning. Well, but he still need to learn that grade. It doesn't matter if he stop anyone when it's their problem. It's not his problem. And he well, and some grade are those are some grade when they level up, the smaller grades get to plus something, like the kindergartens, first grader and second grader at my school just plus some important things when I was learning their grade. They added something to their grade, which is different. And to make sure that the super smart student knows this, they won't need to skip. They don't have to skip a grade.
All right. So Alice, let me just understand you. You are saying you do not think super smart students must skip a grade, even if they know some of the work, because there is always some work that they might not know. And then if they skip the grade, they're going to miss it.
Yes.
All right. All right, team 1. What do you think? Alice is saying there's always some work that somebody doesn't know, so we can't skip grades. All right, Chili?
Well, that may be true in the higher grades where there's extra work, kind of extra work that's a bit harder. But in the lower grades, that like grade 1, grade 2, there's no kind of that work, and they kind of just get used to the school, and they learn very basic things that we have mostly learned in kindergarten. And I think that we should be able to skip grades if we think if it is very unnecessary and we've uh, know all of it.
All right, so you're disagreeing with Alice because you are saying in the early, I'm going to take you now, Alfred, in the early years, it's basic stuff. So there's no extra stuff that they're going to miss out on if they already know it. Correct, Chili? All right. Yes, Alfred.
Well, when we when they can teach when we skip a grade, there is still some extra thing we don't know in that grade, because you cannot tell the future. You cannot know um what kind of lesson you have and what kind of interesting ideas can you have in basic.
Okay, so Alfred, what you are saying is you don't know everything you're going to learn in a grade because you can't see the future. So therefore you can't skip it because maybe there's something you don't know.
Yes.
All right. I'm just going to go to Annie Chili and then I'll give you another turn. Yes, Annie?
Okay, so that may be true, but most smart kids will learn actual like things on the grade after on the other grades. Like you're in fourth grade and then you want to try harder and you do 5th or 6th grade lessons, and then you actually don't need to skip. You actually can skip a grade.
All right, I'm not following you. So you are saying that a super smart student always knows everything, so that's why they can skip to another grade. All right. Okay, Alfred, did you have your hand up? No, Alice.
Acrobat, acrobat because, well, there can also be some changes to the knowledge too. Well, like for example, my school. Yeah, my school. And every day our textbooks change into different colors, kinds, and sometimes even it changes the things inside from the past. So that it is, and to know those you can't skip a grade no matter if you're smart or dumb or anything. And also when you skip a grade, you might have not enough practice to the knowledge you know. But if you don't skip it, the grade, then you can not only follow everyone and learn, you can also practice with it.
All right, those are two very good points. It means you are correct. The more you can practice something, the better you get at it. So that's why you are saying it's not good to skip a grade. And your second reason is that things are changing all the time. If we just look at technology, how quickly technology changes. So those are two good points, Alice. Chili.
Well, I'll rebut both of Alice's point. Her point of saying that things changes, it gets difficult over time. Yeah, I agree on that. There might be extra on grade 1 or grade 2 by now. I don't know, but actually, in my 5-year experience of going to elementary school, I noticed that extra work from last year will always be in the basics of next year. So you're going to learn it as the basics of next year, and you're going to understand it better than before. If you learn it in the extra, it's a bit more complicated for you. Mm, and Alice's other point is, what's that?
The repetition that you do, and then also that books change so much.
Yeah, books change so much. I rebut that one. So in practice, yeah, there's a saying that practice makes perfect, but sometimes too much practice for the student can be boring for them. And like I said, going to the first argument I gave, that if they are doing too much of that work repeatedly, they'll get bored and make trouble.
All right. As a teacher, Chili has got a point. Children who know something do often get bored and then they cause problems with the other children. So that does happen. But Alice, you've both got some very good points there. Alfred and Annie, you don't want to say anything? All right. I'm then going to team 2. So either Alice or Alfred, would you like to present one of your arguments? All right, Alfred, your hand was up first. Please just look at your pages and don't present something that we've already discussed. All right, Alfred, when you are ready.
Wait me, I need a page. Where's my page?
Oh, come on, your page must be ready, waiting.
When students are super smart, and they skip a grade, they can often brag about being super smart, and it's bragging good. No, it of course not. To quarrel, students brag. Many smart students are bragging many times, and they can cause bullying.
Wow, that's a way of looking at it. So you're saying it's not good to brag. In other words, if you're going to be skipping a grade, because then you might actually be bullied.
Yes.
All right, Chili.
Well, I think that bullying isn't a problem that can stop you because you can take many steps to prevent that bullying. That you should, if you get bullied, you probably have learned how to deal with bullying through books and things like that. And they say that you should tell adults and speak up about it, and it's the students' fault that they get bullied too much. If they tell their teachers or parents in the first place, then this problem would get solved and they won't get bullied as much as before.
But what if you are the bullier?
The bullier, the bully. There's no such word as bullier. If you are the bully.
When you are bullying
All right.
other people.
So you are saying the person that is bullying is the person who has skipped the grade because they think they are better than everyone else.
Yes.
So what your argument actually is children who skip grades can become bullies because they think they are better than anyone else.
Yes.
All right. But then just remember, Chili was saying there are ways that you can deal with bullies.
I'm trying to give examples.
You want Chili to give examples?
Prove that point.
Say that again, Alfred.
I want Chile to give examples to prove that point.
To prove the point. Is that what you said?
Yes, to prove the point that Chile said there are ways to stop bullying.
All right. So remember, Chili said to stop bullying, you must report somebody to your parents so that your parents can actually help you deal with it. So that was an example.
But what if the super smart student threatened the kid threatened the kid that if he tells the parents he will receive a punch.
Okay, so you are saying the super smart student is bullying one of the children in his class, and you want to know how to deal with that. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, Chili, would you like to give Alfred some ideas?
Yeah, maybe you can tell your teachers or have talk with the bully's parents or authorities, and maybe you can also try to stay away from that bully. And I'd also rebut Alfred for saying that, because actually, if the super smart student skip one grade, then the students at his class now would be older than him. So if even if he tries to bully all the students in that class now, these students are bigger and they will probably be able to have some more power and defend themselves.
All right, that's a good point. Hold on, no, Alfred. Alice.
Okay. Firstly, I want to rebut for your idea. Well, firstly, you can't just start and rely on your parents and teachers. What if you grow up and you still got bullies? And now can you rely on them? You can't. You have to learn how to solve bullying by yourself. Secondly, I rebut that you rebut to Alfred. Yes, but that can also cause problems that the other big bullies bully the smart students, and so that bully them, and so because of their age and size.
All right, Annie, you must just put your hand up. I can literally just see your little finger. Annie, what would you like to say?
Well, I rebut for Alice's last argument. For what
All right,
she said.
Just stop there. Hold on. Guys, I want you to stop saying I rebut Alice's last argument or I rebut for Alfred. You must rather make a note of what it is they said. And then you can say, I rebut the idea. You don't need to say the person's name. I rebut the idea that clever children make bad bully or make good bullies, and then give your reason. All right. Because remember that you've got an audience that's listening to you. And maybe they've forgotten what Alfred said. So you need to remind them what it was so that they can see, wow, you've got a good argument. All right. So sit with your pens and make notes so that you can rebut actual arguments. All right. So Annie, can you tell us what you are rebutting of Alfred's?
It's Alice's.
Sorry, Alice's. Alice.
So she said that clever children can get bullied by the bigger children because of their size and their age. But yeah, this may be true, but with their knowledge, they can sort of like not get bullied.
All right, say that again.
Again.
You are rebutting what Alice said. So I'm rebutting the argument or the rebuttal that older children can be bullied or can bully the younger super student. Is that what you're saying? And the reason you are giving is, give me your reason again.
So they can bully because of their age and their size, but most super smart children can stop the bullies, and they can actually, like, I don't remember.
How would they stop the bullies?
They could actually, well, like do something with the bully, like talk with them, so they just start to be nicer with you.
All right. Yes, Alice. Alice?
Okay. Well, I rebut that. Well, I rebut to that when they can do something, and the smarter children can be bullied by size, but they can also do something to prevent themselves from being bullied by that. Well, you are correct, but sometimes they can't find any ways. Like, take an example. I see the movie Young Sheldon, and he is a student of 10 years old, and he goes to college. He already goes to high school, and there he made a bully, and he tried to talk him into being nicer, but instead that made things worse. So he started doing the action, and the action he did is worser.
All right. We don't say worser. We just say worse. It is more no, it is, we can say much worse, but we don't say worser. Okay. All right. Alfred, I see your hand keeps popping up. What do you want to say?
I want to rebut Amy.
All right, you're not rebutting Annie. You are rebutting, and tell us what you are rebutting, not Annie.
I'm rebutting
That
you can talk to the boy.
All
Well,
right.
the boy is much larger. It can, and do not listen to you and still bully you.
All right. I'm a little bit worried about all this bullying. I think maybe there's a little bit of bullying going on in some of your lives. Am I right or wrong? All right. You must always remember, guys, and I'm talking from a teacher now. Often children who bully are actually hiding something. They are bullying because it makes them feel strong, because something in their lives is actually making them feel weak. So that is why it is very good to actually go and speak to your teacher or somebody that you trust, your parents, your teacher, or someone else at the school. If somebody is bullying you really badly, if it is just a quiet, if it's a not so serious bullying, then don't worry about it because it will stop. But if it is a serious bullying and it's starting to make you feel really, really bad, and it's making you start not wanting to go to school or not wanting to get out of bed, then you need to actually go to an adult to report it. Because often the person that is doing the bullying has actually got something wrong in his life or her life. So by you reporting, it means he can also get help. Often as a teacher, we find bullies have actually got problems in their own life, and they are bullying because it makes them feel strong, it gives them power, and that makes them feel better about something bad in their lives. Okay, so just if any of you are being bullied and it's a serious bullying, then please go and speak to your teacher or your parents. Okay. All right. Right, we're going to go to the next topic because we've got so much to say. Not the next topic, the next argument. So Annie, we are going to you. Okay, I want you to look at your page. Think of all the things that we have already said and see if you've got a point, an argument that we have not used yet.
Okay. So I see the only one here. So I think that super smart students should be allowed to skip one grade because it can reduce their behavior problems, because normally when they keep learning in the order, they start to get a little bored, because most super smart students know everything, and they might get bored while learning in the same order. So when they skip a grade, they get like a little relaxed and happier, which can reduce some behavior problems.
Right. So Annie, if you were watching the body language and you saw Chili's face, you would have realized that Chili has already said this argument because you could see on her face she was smart. All right. So that's why it's important in debating to look at the people's body language. So Annie, that's exactly what Chili said. Is she said often children who skip a grade, it's a good thing because they get bored and then they have behavior problems. So have you perhaps got another argument that we haven't used?
Not yet.
All right. You see why it's important, guys, when you're doing your research, to try and write down as many reasons as possible. Because in a topic like this, there is a lot to talk about. So you find there's lots of information that happens during the arguments and the rebuttals. So you need to have as many points as possible so that you can at least speak. All right, Annie, it's fine this time, but just remember next time, okay? Right, so we are now going to go to Alfred. No, Alice. Alice, have you said yours, or is it Alfred that still has to give an argument?
Alice hasn't
That's
said
me.
anything.
All right, sorry. I didn't make a note here. All right, so Alice, can you give us one of your good arguments, please?
Okay, so in my opinion, and that I think that super smart students shouldn't be allowed to skip one grade because, well, not only that they say that practice makes perfect and they get to practice more, but also if they skip a grade, they can also miss out onto something. Well, how? Like, let's say, for example, a student who is very smart and always got A's in his class, and he also started to learn. Oh yeah, and he is in 4th grade, and he is already learned the things that he need to learn in 5th grade and 6th grade. So if he skip those grades, well, since the school always want to make something new and something fun and colorful in their textbooks, but and so they always so they can and just take. Let me restart it, okay? Can I restart it?
You can.
So I think that super smart students shouldn't be allowed to skip a grade because, well, even though they are smart in their class, doesn't mean that they can be smart enough to do the other things. Yep. Well, I know that you might ask, what do I mean? Well, what I mean is that now when we, for example, well, I always got A's in my class, and I already started learning in the other grades. Yes, and when it was the starting of another school year, I can't just skip a grade, and I will not only get bullied by those ages and the size of me, well, but the teacher might have some comments about me and other things. So what I mean is that when you, let's just say that I skip a grade, I can really miss something out. And by the way, every year they gave out new textbooks, new practice books, and other important things. They gave out new ones, different from old ones, and also the teachers also held some ceremonies in the school to congratulate you on your way to the other grades and for a better learning future. And if you skip it since older grades don't have it because they already done it before, or you won't know what it's you won't know to have this textbook and practice more often with it and make you better at it. So and when you grow up, you can be great. You can also you can also, let's say, get sometimes I'm too frustrated in this learning because, well,
all right, so Alice,
I'm
going to stop you now. So just remember, all of you, when we are giving an argument, we must try and concentrate on what is our argument. Even it might help if you actually write number 1, what is my argument? Number 2, what is my argument? Because it will stop you telling too much of a story. Remember, I said to you, when we are debating, okay, it's not like telling a story to somebody before we go to bed, or a story that is making somebody listen to how the story builds. Debating is taking a point or an argument or a reason and using it to say, why is your idea better? The more information that you give, the less the other team actually listens. So you need to try and think, right, what do I want to say? And how am I going to say it in a very short form? When listening to you, Alice, there was one argument. You, from what I could see, you gave about 4. The one argument that I heard, because nobody else had said it, was often when you go from one grade to the next, there is a ceremony that takes place. And those ceremonies are usually fun things that students always look forward to. So if you skip the grade, you're not going to have that ceremony. And that's an important thing, especially in the junior sections where you have fun things that happen to say, right, I'm leaving grade 1 and I'm going to grade 2. If you go to high school, for example, I don't know about Vietnamese schools, but in our schools, when you hit grade 12, you have a very special evening that is organized for the grade 12s to say, goodbye, I am now finishing school and I'm going to be studying further. And that is a function that all grade 12s look forward to. Some of them start looking forward to it from grade 7 already. So if you miss it, then it's something that you're actually not going to remember. So that was the point that I remembered, Alice, in your discussion, but I didn't actually remember the other points because there were just too many. All right. So that's one thing I want you to focus, Alice. Try and keep your arguments to the point and not too much of a story. You can give an example, you can give evidence, but make your argument short. And the easiest way to do that is to write it, because we don't want to write 5 lines. We want to try and write everything into 1 line. So it will help you condense your argument. All right. Understood? Right, guys, I think there were some very good points there. So I'm going to quickly ask you, because we're running out of time and I have another lesson, unfortunately. Right, Alfred, what do you think? Yes, we can skip a grade. No, we can't. Listening to what everybody said.
I think we shouldn't skip a grade.
We shouldn't. Okay, you, Chili?
Definitely yes.
Okay, Alice?
I think yes.
You also think yes. All right. And Annie?
Nope.
No.
Definitely no.
All right. So from a teacher, I'm just saying to you that in schools now, if we follow our curriculum, because a lot of schools all around the world have a very similar idea behind a curriculum. Each year is like building a house. You learn things that you use for the next year. And often Chili was right, is that we just learn more detail in the next year. And you've got to be careful if you skip a grade, that you actually know what you need to know for the next grade. And you don't have a gap, because a gap in your knowledge is very difficult to catch up because of the way that curriculums are designed, where we think you've got the basis and now we're just adding more on top. So that's why you've got to be careful skipping a grade. It can happen, but you've got to be very careful that that student knows everything in the next year and that there isn't a gap in their knowledge. All right. Right, let's quickly look at our next topic. But guys, that was very well done. And it was good because we flowed Very well. So well done. Right, social media. Who can tell me what is social media? Actually,
Social media is the apps that you can share things about your life or something like that, and read others kind of writing and kind of know more about them. Share your social thinking about something
all right. So
like
social,
Facebook.
yeah. So social medias are apps that we can download onto our phones, and it's where you can put stuff in your life that you want other people to see. Okay. It can also cause a lot of problems. So we're thinking of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, there's lots. Okay. YouTube, TikTok, all those kind of things. So our debate for next week is, should social media have an age limit? In other words, for you to download, for example, Facebook, do you have to be a certain age? If you look at Facebook, Facebook does have an age limit, but some of the others don't. So let's look at TikTok. I don't think TikTok's got an age limit. So an age limit means you have to be a certain age before you're allowed to put it on your phone. Understood? Everybody understand?
Yes.
Okay, Annie, you sounding like you're not sure.
Sure.
Are you sure or not sure? Okay, yes. All right, so the teams for next week, are you ready? Team 1, Annie and Chili. Oh, hold on.
It's the same team.
No, they are not. I looked at the wrong page.
Annie and Alfred.
Sorry, Alice and Alfred.
What?
Let me just check. Hold on,
Again?
Annie and Chili, hold on. Annie and Chili, Alice and Alfred. No.
Alfred
Right.
and Chili?
No, hold on. Team 1, Chili and Alfred. Okay. Team 2, Alice and Annie. Sorry, I looked at my page upside down. All right, so team 1, Chili and Alfred. Team 2, Alice and Annie. The topic is, should social media have an age limit? Yes or no? And I'm going to choose for you. Chili, you guys are doing yes. Alice, you guys are doing no. All right.
This is the most interesting topic.
It is a very interesting topic. And no, you are going to have to do a little bit of extra work to find out why no, it shouldn't have an age limit. And I'm going to help you a little bit. Look at all the different social media sites, okay? Because some of the social media sites, it doesn't matter if you post things because of the security settings, okay? So read up a little bit more about the security settings, because if you use the security settings, it means not just anybody can see what you are posting.
Okay.
All right. Alice and Annie? Good? All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for a good debate. That was very good. And I will see you again next week. I hope your rest of your week of school goes well and that you have a lovely weekend.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
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 Bye.